Horror to Me, and today I'm going to talk some horror to you. I don't know what that was. How have you guys been lately? How's quarantine for you? How much banana bread have you been making? Also, I have a bone to pick with all of you. Turns out, like 60% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed to my channel. I just want to talk. Please hit the subscribe button below if you do watch and enjoy my videos. I know loads of you just lurk and don't do that. Just hit the subscribe button. It's free. It's free. I'm not begging for your money. I'm not a Twitch streamer, you know? Today, we are ranking one of the most popular horror franchises, even to this day. It's Final Destination. Now, these films definitely instilled in me and probably my entire generation that death could be a sentient being, collecting the dead like Pokemon cards. And if somehow you cheat death's list, well, then I'm gonna find very fun, creative, gruesome ways to collect my victims. Each film starts out with a real big accident that's supposed to cause a lot of deaths, but someone involved ends up having a premonition about the forthcoming disaster.
Alex?
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Fucking plane can explode! You fucking prick! Oh shit!
And because they know what's going to happen, they manage to get themselves and their friends or people around them to safety. In response, Death designs a whole different way for his intended victims to die. And the main cast are killed off in the order they were supposed to die in the original accident, as they try and cheat their way out of death again. I absolutely love these films. As a series, it's so enjoyable to watch. Even the worst ones are still pretty watchable, which is more than I can say from my last ranked video. You know what I'm saying? Watch them chronologically, back to back. You'll have a great fucking day. Get some drinks going, get some food, and what a day. Now, this is obvious, but I'll say it anyway. As always, these are just my opinions. Movie reviews are subjective, and I'm not a film critic by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm a person with a brain, and I'm allowed to have an opinion, you know? And no doubt I'll be swayed by the films that I grew up with, or that are important to me in other ways, other than whether they're good or not. But let's start right at the bottom of the heap. Prematurely marketed as The Final Destination. What a stupid fucking decision that was. The Final Destination, also Final Destination 4, was released in 2009, intended to be the final installment of the series. The accident that kicks off this movie is a car crash at like a NASCAR type event. Now, the reason I rank this one so low, and I don't think I'm alone in this one because I asked a load of you on my Instagram, please follow me on Instagram, it's the only way I feel alive. And generally, a lot of you agree with me. It was like, oh, I like this one, but this one is garbage. Number 4, that one, garbage. The whole point of this series is rooting for our characters to cheat death. Is it not? Have I misinterpreted something? Because I thought that was why we watched these films. You know, they aren't connectable at all. They're puddle deep. And this guy is garbage. He reminds me of every guy I've ever dated. Also, this was Final Destination 3D. Had 3 working titles. For The Final Destination and Final Destination 3D. And it has aged so terribly in 11 years. It's cartoonish. It doesn't even look like a real person being killed half the time. And the 3D is just a gimmick that we have quietly let die, thank God. Nick is the character in this film that has the premonition, and he saves his girlfriend, his 2 friends are a couple, and then some surrounding people in the stadium. The disconnect that I specifically have of this film is these characters that we're supposed to be rooting for. I fucking hate them all. There's a racist in there. I don't want him to survive. Kill him off. And yes, they do it in a very gruesome way. No, it's not to here are the horrible people, let's punish them. Because that's not what Final Destination has ever been. So why are you making that in the 4th one? Fuck. There's no real grip. I don't care about any of these characters. And because of that, I barely even remember this fucking film. And I didn't rewatch it for the sake of this video. But I'll say my favourite part of this film. It's Hunter's fucking death. Of course it is. Have you seen that shit? That is inventive. Anything else? Nah. So fuck you, Final Destination 4, The Final Destination, and Final Destination 3D. Up next is Final Destination 2. Now, I know I'm going to get some flack from my viewers for this because a load of you on my Instagram said that FT2 was your favourite. Sorry! It's not mine! In this installment, the accident that kicks off the series of events in this film is a massive pile-up nearly a year to the day of the Flight 180 disaster. A premonition is had by Kimberly, and she manages to save a group of drivers behind her who were about to pull onto the highway as the disaster happened. I don't really know, like, I actually rewatched this one. I rewatched 1, 2, 3, and 5, because I know I don't like number 4. But I rewatched this one for this video, and I don't really know why I don't connect with it, but it's just not one that I care about. I would rather watch 1, 3, and 5 and be done, you know? But I just don't care. Maybe this is more of a me problem than a Final Destination problem, but you know, I just don't care. Because in theory, I should like it. It's canon to the original timeline, which is always a plus, in my opinion, if it's done well. It's got Ali Lara in it, who I fucking love. But for me, the best part of this film is Clear Rivers and Big Daddy Tony Todd. He's like the harbinger of death in human form throughout this whole series, and I fucking love it. But Clea dies, and I don't think she needed to. I think she's the best part of the series. She's so abrupt and bitchy, that's why I connect. And it seems like she was only there to provide the exposition because she contained herself in a mental institution up until the events of the second film to protect herself, I guess, because death was still after her. She's still on death's list. Keep yourself away in a mental hospital, you'll be all grand, you know? You're a clever girl, Ali Lara. You're very clever. But she gets out to save these people. She's there to provide the exposition, and then as soon as she's done her part, bye! This is cider, by the way. Norcott elderflower, if you're interested. Happy Saturday! The one scene I do like in this film is where they link everything to the original.
It's not the first time I cheated death. A kid came to school with a knife, killed his teacher. Teacher would have been me. I was transferred to another school 2 days before.
Last year, my partner and I were heading out when a call came in about a train wreck. Frank decided to let me handle it alone. He died that night in a shootout.
Okay, so last May, I'm supposed to go and stay at this cheesy little bed and breakfast in Pennsylvania, right? So anyhow, there's this major gas leak that no one knows about, and all the guests suffocated during the night. I never made it. The bus I was on splattered some girl all over the road.
Was that Mount Abraham? That bus you were on killed Terry Cheney. She was supposed to die on Flight 180.
Do you guys remember that theater in Paris that collapsed last year and killed everybody inside? Well, I had tickets to go. And all of a sudden, this dude, out of nowhere, just gets whacked by this falling sign.
Carter.
The teacher I replaced, her name was Val Luton. She was from Mount Abraham. She died in an explosion.
The call about the train wreck that saved my life. That was the night I scraped up Billy Hitchcock.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Who are these people?
People got it for Flight 180.
Every single person in the events of Final Destination 2 should have been killed by events linked to Final Destination 1. I like that. That was cool. That was different. But that's something I really didn't like. You die in the order you were supposed to die in the premonition. But for Final Destination 2, they were like, fuck it, backwards. Why? I don't know, some shit. I like some of the characters. I really like... Why am I so terrible with names? This one, I really like her. She's fucking cool. And the rest of the characters are fine. The druggy guy is really annoying. He's just stereotyped within an inch of his life. But, you know, whatever. I hate Kimberly. She's so fucking annoying. The mother and son that were on death's list. The son dies in an accident. And the mum just wants to live and let death happen. She had lost her husband. She's just lost her son. If it's her time to die, let her die. But no, I know it was for what they thought was a good reason. But no, she wanted to live her own life. She does not owe you anything by staying with you and saving everyone else to save herself and then save you at the end. You guys can save yourself. That's absolutely fine. But she didn't want that. You forced her into it. And what happened? She got decapitated. Maybe she would have gone peacefully in her sleep. Maybe she would have been at home, surrounded by pictures of her son and her husband, and she would have died happy. But no, she got decapitated in a lift because of you, Kimberly. I think this film just annoys me in general. Now we're getting up to the ones that I kind of dig, you know? We come to what is, at the moment anyway, the last entry in the series, Final Destination 5. It cut above my last 2 entries because the acting, in my opinion, is a whole lot better in general. I care about them, like a little bit more than I ever cared about Kimberly, you know? They are more dimensional characters that you can love and hate in equal measure. And also, David Koechner is in this film. But there is a character I do wholeheartedly dislike, and it's the main girl. Guess what? I don't know her name either, but the actress is called Emma Bell. But my disinterest in her entire presence in this film is because I've seen Frozen. No, not that one. The other one. Frozen is a real bad thriller that came out in 2011. If you haven't seen it, don't waste your time. Just watch YMS's review of it. She was so annoying in that film that it's leaked into this film. Sorry, I can't help it. I like Olivia, she's a sassy cow, and Big Daddy Tony Todd is in this film.
Why are you following us? Who are you? What are you doing?
My job.
The disaster to kick off this final entry in the franchise was a bridge collapse. And Sam, this is Sam, has the premonition and saves all of his work colleagues. They were on a bus, on the bridge, on their way to a work retreat. I must give this film credit for some of the best deaths I've ever seen, in the form of Olivia's death. I have perfect vision, but if I ever didn't, I'm not getting LASIK. And Candace's death.
Someone call 911.
And that little reveal at the end. Spoiling things is my channel. Just assume that I'm going to spoil every film when you click on any video of mine. Alright. The fact that this final entry is a full circle back to the original. Fucking genius.
Come on, Brad! Get on the phone! Get on the phone! You know what I said?
Everybody just say what you want. What's all that about?
Now I know this is not a common opinion, but up next we've got Final Destination 3. I love the third entry, and I am biased. I'm gonna say why. I grew up with this film. I think it's cool, it's slick. And even the characters that aren't supposed to be fucking real deep, like Frankie Cheeks and Ashley and Ashlyn, they are played perfectly.
Where you guys are right now, if you raise your hands and just cup them slightly, it'll look like you're holding the devil's balls.
And we'd want to do that. Why?
When else are you ever gonna see a dick that big?
I'm looking at one right now.
Also, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is in this film. One of my favourite actresses in general, to be honest. I had the DVD, which had the special features, and one of them was a choose your own adventure. Basically, you would make real mundane choices for the actors as you go through the film. Sometimes the choice you made was a complete gimmick, and you didn't even know that the outcome was different. Like in the scene near the beginning with the coin toss, you don't know what the result was. So they just play the same scene over and over again. But there was one instance where you saved a character that should have died. It's cool, it's different, and I appreciate the innovativeness. I didn't like the thinly veiled attempt at creating a conspiracy theorist's wet dream with all the 9/11 shit. I do appreciate them adding a different layer, though, in regards to the photographs showing how you die. That's cool, that's fine. You didn't need to connect it to Abraham Lincoln, though. The ending kind of pissed me off. You should have just let them die on the train. It's not perfect, none of them are. but I really like the third installment. Of course it's the original. I rate the original film best in this series because I think it's perfect, and I don't exaggerate when I say this, in setting up the most ridiculous premise for a film.
I got this feeling. It's a weird feeling.
The left side blows up and then the whole plane just explodes.
Because of you, I'm still alive.
In death, there are no accidents. You have to figure out when it's coming back at you. I'll see you soon.
It lays out the rules. It lays out the kind of detached from reality but still makes sense in its story. It lays out the solutions, and it lays out how you cheat death again, and it sets up the rules for the rest of the franchise. Some of the other installments do break those rules, but you need those rules, and Final Destination 1 does it spectacularly. And of course, the introduction to Tony Todd as the Harbinger of Death. You see him the most in this first installment, so now is the time to, you know, revel in your Daddy Todd screen time.
I'll see you soon.
And amongst the premise, the Harbinger of Death, the story, the death, the gore, I was fucking hooked. Even Carter's likable in his own way.
Hey, Hitchcock, let me give you a hand with this, man. Here you go. Carter, you did.
The scene with Val Lewton is weird, and I have questions. But I'm not claiming it's a perfect movie. Of course it's not. It's a movie. There are no perfect movies. But they create a tangible in-film universe that I want to fucking explore. We can all get lost in this universe that was created in Final Destination 1. And as the series went on, it definitely seemed to grow in comedic value, and it's not really parodying anything except for itself to a little degree, and I think that's great. And escaping death becomes an interactive feeling with the audience. It's an experience to be a part of, and as an audience member, that's what you fucking want. And you can play some real fucking good drinking games to this series. My final thoughts. You want some advice? Watch all 5 and have an hour and 22-minute nap as soon as Final Destination 4 comes on. Also, drink whenever anyone says dead or death if you definitely want to die. I've got way more ranked videos, way more 0% horror videos, and way more spoiling videos coming up. I've got new series planned, but they're kind of lockdown dependent because it's going to involve some other people. But let me know what other series you would like to see ranked in the comments below. I read all your comments and I love all your comments, so leave me some comments. I have no friends. I'm going to down this off camera and you're getting a punch in the face.